I'm going to explain the project. It is called Graphing Stories, and it is going to be worth 20 points. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make a video, and it's going to be about 15 seconds long. Totally okay if it's 14 seconds or it's 25 seconds, but we're going for a short video. Second, and just so you know, it has to include something you can measure. I'll give you a lot of examples of what that could be. Second thing, you're going to make a graph that shows that measurable thing. So whatever you're measuring, you're going to make a graph that shows that. Then in words, you're going to explain how your graph shows that. And then last, you're going to make a second graph that does not correctly measure that thing and explain what story your incorrect graph tells. So let's get some examples. Okay, step one, you got to make a video about 15 seconds long. So I have made a video here. Let's watch it. Okay, so in the video, we've got a glitter dinosaur, we've got a baby Yoda, and the glitter dinosaur is moving closer and further away from baby Yoda. So the thing that I have chosen to measure here is I'm going to measure the dinosaur's distance from baby Yoda, and that's going to be in inches. Notice on the x-axis, I have time. All of your graphs are going to have time on the x-axis. Then over here, we're going to actually measure things. So here's how I would go about doing this. Up here, I'm going to use this little timer for me. Sorry, I just realized you probably can't see the timer the way this records. So there's like a little timer on the bottom. So when you see it, like the dinosaur moving up and back, this is what you're going to see. But I'm going to be looking at this time right here. So like at 3 seconds, at 15 seconds, and I'll try to illustrate and tell you guys where I am. So I'm starting at time 0. So right now it says time 0. And I'm going to estimate that he's about 6 inches away from baby Yoda. So I'm going to say at time 0, right here, time 0, he is 6 inches away from baby Yoda. Then I'm going to start moving the timer forward. It's at 1 second, at 2, okay, so at 2 seconds right there, that's when I start moving him forward. So I'm going to say up until 2 seconds, he's just going to stay 6 inches away. Okay. Moving forward from 2 seconds to about 5 seconds, that's when he's moving forward. And he's moving, I'm going to say he's about 3 inches away from baby Yoda right now. So at 5 seconds, he's going to be 3 inches away. So looking over here, this is 5 seconds, 3 inches away. And I'm just going to say he moved at a pretty steady pace. So we're just going to make that kind of a straight line. Okay. Back up here, we're at 5 seconds, and I'm going to move forward at about 7 seconds is when I grab him and I start moving him back. So from 5 seconds to 7 seconds, the dinosaur is just staying in the same place. So I'm going to keep that a flat line. And then at 7 seconds up until about 9 seconds is when he's moving back. And I'm going to say he moved all the way back up to 6 inches away. So he went all the way back up to 6 inches away. Moving forward from 10 seconds to 12 seconds, stayed here. And then he keeps moving forward from 12 seconds until about 14. He's moving closer, and this time I think he moved a lot closer. I think he's only about 1 inch away. So at 14, oops, wrong thing. 14 seconds, right here's 14 seconds. I think that it is only about 1 inch away. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. So he had to move faster that last time right there. Straight line. And then obviously for that last second, he's just kind of sitting there. So this is my graph saying he stayed where he was, then he moved forward, stayed where he was, then he moved back, stayed where he was, moved forward closer to baby Yoda, and then stayed where he was. This is an accurate graph. And in words, I would be writing something like this. You want to be really detailed in this, okay? So First I say the dinosaur started about 6 inches away. That's right here. And it did not move for the first 2 seconds. That's why it's flat. From seconds 2 to 5, the dinosaur moved closer to Baby Yoda at a steady pace and stopped about 3 inches away. So this is the steady pace, moving closer and stopping about 3 inches away. The dinosaur did not move from 5 to 7 seconds. Between seconds 7 and 9, the dinosaur backed up and ended about 6 inches away. So backed up, so it's now 6 inches away. Between seconds 11 and 14, so here, the dinosaur moved close to Baby Yoda, stopping about 1 inch away, and it did not move in the last second. Now, did you catch where I didn't talk about? I didn't talk about this. So if I wanted to get full credit for this, what I would do is I would add, like that the dino did not move between 9 and 11 seconds. Okay, so I've got everything here. This is a super good explanation. It matches my graph. It matches the video. That's the first part. The next thing you need to do is you need to tell a story that is going to be completely ridiculous but having to do with this graph. So let's look at that. All right, so graph 2. And this one should be a non-function. Now, if you remember what we said about functions, one of the ways you can test that is with a vertical line like this. This is a function. As I start from the left to the right, as I'm going over, this is a function, it's 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 a function, and boop! Immediately, as soon as I start hitting this, where there's 1, 2, 3 different places, all of a sudden it is a non-function. So let's think about what would this story tell. Well, over here, where I'm starting out, first this would be the dinosaur just not moving for the first 2 seconds. And then, all of a sudden, wow, between seconds 2 and seconds 5, the dinosaur sprints as fast as he possibly can, and at this point, he quite literally runs into Baby Yoda, because we're saying the distance from Baby Yoda, he is running into Baby Yoda. So around about here, it is crashing into Baby Yoda, and then he moves past, and we're going to call this like -2, well, he'll be like on the other side of Baby Yoda over here. And he just kind of hangs out there and then slowly starts walking back to Baby Yoda at time, well, let's stop. He's just kind of hanging back until time 12. And at time 12, because remember, time just moves forward. So he's hanging out behind Baby Yoda. He's hanging out behind Baby Yoda. He's down here hanging out behind Baby Yoda. Then what's going to happen is that at time 12, right here, all of a sudden, a new dinosaur appears. There's a dinosaur behind Baby Yoda. There's a dinosaur right in front of Baby Yoda. So what I'm saying here is that then a second dinosaur appears. It's right here. And it is in front of Baby Yoda. It splits into 2 dinosaurs. So as I move this further, all of a sudden now we've got a dinosaur here. We've got a dinosaur here. We've got a dinosaur here. We have 3 dinosaurs now. It splits into 2 dinosaurs, and one moves further away. One moves a little bit closer to Baby Yoda. And then as we get over towards second 13, at second 13, all 3 of the dinosaurs, from up here, from in here, from in here, move to be about 1/2 inch in front of Baby Yoda, or 1/4 inch in front of Baby Yoda, and then they just stare him down. Okay, so the idea here is this story is going to be silly. If you're going to stop being a function, and really it is only between second 12 and second 13 that it stops being a function. But at second 12, all of a sudden, we've got multiple dinosaurs appearing because this blue line, which kind of tells us as we're tracking all the way across here, wherever the blue line is touching the red, it tells us where the dinosaur is. Here it's saying there's 3 dinosaurs. Here they merge into 1, and then there's only 1 dinosaur. So your story is gonna be silly. That's okay, that's what it's supposed to be. What we're trying to do here is drive home what a non-function is. So, let me know what questions you have.